And we are live. I'm going to do this for a minute. Yeah, okay. Having breakfast. I can get this for Mr. Charles. There you go. Oops, wrong one. Imagine that. Paste. And Paula. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie. Get that out my chat. Good morning, Johnny Ray. Well, I just got on. I'm having breakfast. I think there'll be some more people come on shortly. What are you doing this morning? Getting loaded. And what are you getting loaded with? Good morning, Miss Paula. Let me see if I can find that thingy. Hang on. I never can do that right. I'm afraid to push buttons. There we go. Yeah, I have a UPS delivery today too. All right, let's see if we can get me up here now. Uh-oh. Here we go. You gonna join me, Paula? Did I put the right link in there? Let's see. There we go. And there we go. Paula must be getting coffee.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. So pretty.
What are you doing?
You are so talented, Paula. Oh
No,
my gosh.
stop it. Stop
Oh, look at that. That really looks like you're looking out a window or something. That is awesome.
it. Yeah, I did 2 of those and I retired from doing them anymore. They're a pain.
They're beautiful, though. Absolutely beautiful.
What are you doing today?
Well, I'm all by myself in the shop today, so
Oh,
I may work on Red's thing today. I don't really want to work, so
your
that's great.
granddaughter sleeping?
She's gone. She's gone
Oh,
back to Arkansas.
oh.
But no, I think I'm gonna work part of uh, Red's thing this morning because that's not playing. That's fun.
I can't wait to see that.
You want to see what it's gonna look like?
Huh? Yeah.
Want to see the picture of it? Let me see if I can. There he is. I hate to. Hi, Red.
Oh boy.
Heck. Oh my God, the famous Paul.
Stop it. Stop it. He snuck right in there.
Let me see if I can pull that little sucker up.
Silly.
Let's see here.
I know you boys kind of made me go a little downhill yesterday.
I've seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, you apparently have never seen me on the Q&A because, you know, with the hoodlums that I hang out with in there, you know.
Oh yeah.
That just kind of made your autograph even more good.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Oh, Paula, you got him hooked.
No, he just wants me to send them a 1909 VDB.
Yeah.
With a signature.
With a signature.
Yeah.
Yeah, S would be nice.
An S.
Yeah, send me one of your tens of thousands of S's.
Yeah, right.
Okay. This is kind of what it's going to look like. This is just oops. Hang on.
Is he supposed to see this?
Yeah, he can see it.
Check it out.
I know.
I just screwed this up, so I have to.
I love those.
No, this is a new one.
I know. I love the bill on those hats. It's so cool.
Are you got your new hat on? I'm not looking. I'm trying to fix this thing so I can show it to Paula.
Yeah, I got my new hat on.
Okay, almost there.
I need more coffee.
And know, Paula, that this is not exactly what it's going to look like.
I'm not judging.
Okay, good. Because I've got some fabric ordered and it's not here yet. And the borders are going to be different. Okay, so let me take the picture.
Johnny, that ain't happening, brother.
I
don't even have one of those myself, so.
What are you talking about?
1909 SVDB.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
Hey, Johnny, you got to get in line, bro.
Right behind me.
Okay, just give me a second here. I screwed something else up. Imagine that. Okay. That's Where's my, there it is.
Most of the stuff in my collection that I hold so dearly, people wouldn't pay a penny for.
Yeah,
no.
Nope.
Sorry, Paula, but I sent you some of them, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some of the stuff in my collection, people wouldn't pay the price I have on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
Okay, let me crop this.
Like my MS-65 1916D Mercdime.
Oh gosh, I know that. Oh, you have a couple of those, right? I mean, not 65, but you have a couple 16Ds.
Yeah, I got like a VF one.
Yeah.
That's in my album. I paid Phil got me a really good deal. I only ended up paying 300 US for that.
Oh yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just in a VF grade, you're looking at between $500 and $600.
Yep.
Yeah.
okay, let me see if I can get this up here now.
Yeah, no, my graded one though, that's like the holy grail to my collection.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I got Carson City Morgans that don't even match that value.
Where the heck did it go?
I don't know. We
I'm
saw
afraid to push buttons.
did a nice point up on the Q&A last night. JC Will sent us a picture of his 55 double die. That thing is a beast.
Yeah, I have no idea what double dies and all that. I haven't got that far into it yet, right?
Yeah, well, it's the holy grail of the double dies. That and the 69S. It's like double vision. I mean, it's crazy. You can see it with your naked eye. It's just nuts.
See that, Paula? Can you see it?
Oh, nice.
Redneck will be up higher, so will metals. And
So you're making him a whole quilt? I thought you were doing a wall hanging.
it is a wall hanging.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be 72 by 72 or something like that.
Oh,
And then it's going to have flames on the edges.
You know what I should have did, Paula?
What?
Or Ida?
What?
I should have sent you not just some of my pours, but some of all the guys' pours.
It's too late. It's not too late. Just send
Yeah.
it to me what you want on here in a different email, and because these are just pictures I threw in there, dude.
Right.
So
Right. Well,
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because I just figured because of all the group, we should have all their kind of pours on there,
okay, well then, redneck males will go up, and actually I need 1, 2, 3. I could use more.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16.
Yeah, you're going to have to do what I'm having to do. I have to send mine back so she can add a name to it. You're going to have to keep sending it back so you can add things to it.
I just put stickers.
Yeah, just
There you go.
those stickers.
It cost me way too much to keep shipping that back and forth.
I know, huh? Well, Ida is the stuff I'm sending to you. I'm sending to Ida first because I have to send her that wall hanging and a couple other things, and so we're just going to send you a package together. It's just easier that way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I sent you that other tracking number, didn't I, Retta? Because I sent you a package.
Yeah, so the little trinkets and stuff. Yeah.
Now, put your head down so I can see your hat. Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to get more coffee. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Well, I bet you I have 25 things opened on my desktop.
Dang.
I know. I have a really I don't know what you have to have for graphics, but I do so many graphics. I can load lots of different programs at one time.
Oh yeah. Huh. Yeah,
So
my wife does all that kind of stuff. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me.
Yeah. Well, I've done it forever and ever and ever. What I don't know if I told you not, but I have tons and tons and tons and tons of designs. So if there's anything you're looking for, and I also have this stuff. It's template material
Right.
that I can actually make templates and
What do you
like
mean? What do you mean templates?
well there'd be about I don't have it in here, about 1/8 of an inch thick, and I don't know how to tell you what it is. But anyway, you can, the back of it's sticky.
Right.
For example, if I wanted to put it on this coffee cup, I could put the template on here and put raised letters or something on this coffee cup.
Really?
I don't know if there's anything that would work for you or not. It would not be really detailed. It'd be more like an outline.
Right.
And it's made out of I don't know. It's some kind of heavy foam type stuff. I don't know if that would work for you or not.
Huh.
I don't know. I might send you one just to try.
Yeah, send me a small one of a design or something. Like just like a small piece of it, with the design on it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see if I sandcast that, if it would actually come out.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because it would kind of work like a push mold, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't have a clue. But it's I'll send you a little piece of it and you can look and see.
Sounds good. I gotta hop up here. I gotta go. I guess I should stay on.
Okie doke. Well, you have a great day, my friend.
Bye, Red.
I'm gonna stay on. I just gotta go out and pick up something.
Oh, okay.
Damn it! I wasted a goodbye.
Yeah. Dang if you didn't, Paula. With me, you can't. My camera's all screwed up here. There. Okay. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find that, what I'm looking for. Be right back.
Has anybody heard how Mama Lou's dog's doing? I saw yesterday, I think, that he wasn't doing very good, but... Ida, have you heard anything about Mama Lou's dog?
No. I know that the dog got to come home.
Yeah, she posted another video, though. She'd taken him outside and he wasn't feeling real good. So I didn't know if there was any updates on it or not.
I haven't heard anything yet.
Poor little guy. It wouldn't surprise me if his kidneys were damaged.
Fred, this is not going to work. It's way too thin. See, it's more like paper thin.
Yeah, but see, I could, if you put a design on there, I could stick that on like a piece of plastic or a piece of wood or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, to use it, but being
Make it like a bar or something.
Right.
All right, give me an example of what kind of design you want.
I don't know. Do a flower or something on it. I don't know.
Okay.
A flower.
Put Paula Bloom's signature on there.
I knew that was coming.
I could put her face on there.
No,
there you go. There you go. Then we can really stalk her.
Oh my gosh.
Boy, Paula, you would be so famous having your own little
Oh, please.
Okay, just give me 1 second. I gotta go into the map thing.
I don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that guy, huh?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, okay. I can get my chat back up without pushing the wrong button. There you go. And I managed to not push the wrong button, Paul. Aren't you impressed?
I'm so impressed. I'm actually kind of shocked. Yeah, I saw she's posted 2 videos that I've seen. She posted the first one when she first brought him home, and then she posted another one. She took him outside and he was just kind of laying around and not feeling real good. So I didn't know. She said if he wasn't feeling better, she might take him back.
See that?
Yeah.
2020.
You got a whole box?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, I've got others too, but
You can sell those.
yeah.
You could sell them for at least $1 a roll. $1.50. Oh heck yeah. Yeah.
How many do you want?
None.
Oh, you know what?
0. Are they Phillies or Denvers?
Denver.
Oh, 0.
I think. Let me look. I can't see that far.
They're probably Denver.
Yeah.
In your area.
Do you guys think it's worth slabbing pennies?
Depends.
Yeah.
It all depends on the coin. If the value of the coin is 3 times more than the cost of the slabbing, then I would say maybe.
Yeah. It's like a lot of my coins that I have, like Merc dimes or or stuff like that. I try to buy them in slab coins.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I got a bunch that aren't slab, but they're for like my Dansko albums, right?
Yeah.
But like anything up and beyond my Dansko, they're all slabbed, right? I mean,
well, that's the way to go, in my opinion. If you want a slabbed coin, just buy a slabbed coin. If you don't have a pretty good idea yourself of how to grade a coin, I would not recommend sending a coin in to be graded.
oh yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. Like I got a CC Morgan at an auction one time. I sent it in to get graded. Actually, I bought 2 of them. One ended up fake.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with that. But the other one came back VF15.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't bad, but I mean, if I would have known it would have got such a low grade, I wouldn't have got it graded.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. Well, the nice thing about coins like that is that they authenticated it for you. So,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, being a Carson City, I kind of weighed the 2 cons. I mean, being a Carson City, you can't go wrong with getting a slab.
Right.
But it would have been nice to get a better grade on it.
Oh yeah. I mean, you definitely have to have a pretty good idea, in my opinion.
I do have,
and I wouldn't go by what anybody else tells you. If you buy a coin and somebody tells you it's a certain grade, even then, you still need to know yourself, because grading is very subjective. So,
actually, I have a Morgan that's slab that maybe I'll send you a picture and you can show it on your Q&A sometime.
Yeah,
it's an O over O Morgan.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my only error, and I bought it because it was an error.
Well, that's a variety.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. An error is, like a die crack or something like that. Over mint marks, repunch mint marks, double dies, those are varieties.
Oh, okay.
And most people don't care except for like a nerd like me.
Right.
But they are two totally different things. like
Well,
off centers and things like that. Those are all errors.
okay. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know.
Yeah, typically if so, you might not even you don't do errors and varieties, but typically if what is on the coin happened because it was on the die in the first place, that's a variety. So like when they were making the die or something happened to the die, that's a variety. It will happen to every coin that die strikes. It'll happen to that.
Okay, now what if it's an off-centered strike?
That's an error because that is a one that won't repeat itself on other coins in exactly the same way.
Oh, okay.
That's an error. So you get an off-center strike, and then the next coin's normal.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So basically, the one of ones are errors.
Pretty much. I mean, now there's a middle ground. That would just confuse you. There are some errors that do repeat, and so they kind of go into that. Both they fall into both categories.
Okay.
Like cuds. You know what a cud is? That big chunk, like that you'll see raised up on next to the rim on a coin sometimes.
Yeah.
That will repeat itself on every coin that die strikes because that cud is actually a piece of the die that's broken off.
Oh, okay.
Now, microscopically, that coin will change over time. That cud will change over time. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger until they take that die out of service.
Right.
So it's not exactly the same, and it can change. Like a double die is on the die permanently, and it will hit exactly the same. It'll strike every coin exactly the same that die strikes.
Right.
Oh, that progression one that they had on.
Yeah, progressions. That's what I'm talking about as far as like that would fall into error, variety, kind of middle ground. It can be both.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'll be right back 1 second. I just got to load this in my truck.
Okay.
That's why they're able to document those, like on cuds on coins, the spike heads, the cuds, things like that. That's why they are able to document them because they are not like typical one-off errors.
But if you have a die crack, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's caused it could be caused from different things, right?
Well, it's a crack in the die, and it will progress and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah.
Does it progress outside the die once it's?
What do you mean outside the die? Nothing goes outside the die.
No, but I mean, okay, you have once it's
on the die.
Once it's on the die and they print the coin, will the coin still do that? Will it still
No, the coin itself won't change.
That's what I was trying to get.
Unless it's a zinc cent, and then it, has a better chance of getting zinc rot because that surface has been compromised. That copper plating has been compromised.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
find out. But anything on the die other than cracks, chips, things like that won't ever change. Cracks and chips and cuds, they will change over time because they're flaws in the die. They're flaws on the die. And until someone sees it and takes that die out of service, any coin that die strikes will have that anomaly on it.
Okay. But then it's that. See, that's what I was confused about progression because I didn't know if once it was on the die, I understand it being on the die and printed on the coin, etc. But I did not know that once it left, that you had the coin, if the coin would still, get worse.
Keep going.
Yeah.
No, it won't. I mean, no, it'll always be what it is on that coin.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out last night, and I couldn't get anybody to understand what I was trying to say.
Right, Johnny Ray. Yes, a die cap is an error, correct. Now there's die caps and then there's struck through die caps. Those are two totally different things. If you see what a die cap is, the actual coin that was stuck to the die that causes the struck through die cap errors. So those, and they're when you see a die cap coin, it's trashed. I mean, it looks completely different. And they're rare to find. But there's I mean, we're opening up a wormhole here.
Oh.
But and now with errors, there's typically they use a P, D, and S label, I guess. There's planchet errors, there's striking errors, and there's die errors. So, but with varieties, those are always on the die. Like planchet error, a woody, a lamination, things like that. Rolled tick, huh?
What are we talking about woodies for?
Because we thought you weren't listening.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just got in the truck and that's what I heard, and I'm like, oh.
Because we're a couple of dirty old ladies.
Oh, you are so bad. Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't say it. He did.
I know.
No. I got in the truck. You said it.
You went there.
You're already there. I just picked up about 100 pounds of copper. So.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I got these HVAC guys who keeps calling me all the time to pick up stuff.
Yeah.
From some of their job sites and stuff. So I mean, it's I do it just kind of, whatever gives me something to do since I'm retired, right? But every once a week they drop off like a big truck and trailer full too on my property, right? So,
I should have you pour my son a copper toilet bowl.
a copper toilet?
Yeah, a copper toilet.
Yeah. I mean, I can do that.
Those toilets are awesome.
Yeah, they were actually one of my first pours.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I know. Ida had a great idea getting those little trinkets and stuff for molds for you.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
I know. SJ loves to do that. She loves to get the keychains and make molds and stuff.
I've asked SJ, I've asked her to put a box together for me, of like different molds and just trinkets and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't heard back from her yet. I mean,
are you kidding? Good luck getting SJ to send you any of her trinkets. She's a hoarder,
I know. But hey, if you looked at my farm, you would think I am too. So
I know.
I got mountains upon mountains, and when I say mountains, I'm talking like 10, 20 feet up in the sky.
Oh, jeez.
like appliances and air conditioning units and copper pipe, and what I mean. Like my farm looks like a scrapyard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I got like 3 barns all full of antique furniture that were left from like previous family members and stuff. And
wow.
But I'm one of those people, I don't like throwing things out because you never know when somebody may need something or.
Yeah, you're a hoarder. You're a hoarder.
I'm a heavy collector. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference?
There isn't one.
No, there is.
Denial. That's the difference.
No. Hoarders keep garbage, okay, like papers and all that crap.
Do you ever watch that show, Hoarders, Red? Because they all say exactly what you said. Somebody might need that someday.
Right, but if you look at their house, You like
I'm
they
gonna use
got,
it.
they got like soup cans and
Oh, I know.
bottles, and I mean, I don't collect that stuff.
I know there are some of those that are disgusting. Bottles full of pee and
Right? Like
Can't collect soup cans.
I don't.
Melt them.
Well,
them.
I mean,
Aluminum.
every time we open up a can of stew or something, I'll throw it in the tin bin, and then take it to the scrap here when I take a load of tin in, right? Um, but like our soup cans aren't aluminum; they're made out of tin, iron, right?
Oh, right.
Probably right.
Hey, Red, what is that Armatel made out of? Yeah, that that one pour that oh gosh, I can't think of his name. The one with the really cool hologram sticker. Armatel, that cat's head pour that Ida won that she said.
Oh yeah. So we all don't know what's all in there, but it's a metal that Backyard Scrapping invented. Okay,
Backyard scrapping. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is like a scientist. Okay, when I say scientist, like he does like precious metals recoveries from like out of like electronics and e-waste and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Takes like the gold fingers off RAM cards and gold pins and stuff
Mm-hmm.
and refines it, gets the gold and makes it into pure gold. Um, so what he did is he mixed like 7 different metals together to make this metal.
He's like a metallurgist.
Pretty much, yeah. He's a genius.
Mm.
Yeah. Like
Because that stuff is really cool. It's so smooth and it's light.
Yeah.
But it's really, really smooth. I mean, yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's probably the lightness is probably there's probably aluminum in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess, and that's where the lightness comes from. I mean, aluminum is one of your lightest metals, but if it's cast a certain way, it can also be one of the strongest metals. So,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be as strong as like steel or iron or nothing like that,
Right.
But it can be definitely stronger than copper, or even brass. I mean, that's why like a lot of the times, aircrafts and stuff like that are made out of heavy grade aluminum. To the weight,
Yeah. Yeah, it probably like expands and contracts too without cracking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I that was hard to pack away in the package. That thing was so cool.
Yeah, I bought a silver bar off of him. It's got a naked lady on it.
A what?
It's got a naked lady on it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I bought that off of him at the auction. I think that's the only thing from the auction that I bought.
Well, I couldn't afford anything of it.
I know. I was so bummed.
Well, I got some pieces coming in that are, not as heavy. But I mean, I kind of had to up my price a little bit only because everybody seems to want to pay me through goods and services, not friends and family. So therefore, I end up paying a huge international fee transfer.
Oh, you know what? I did not. You need to be specific about that because I didn't hear anybody say anything about how they wanted to be paid because I mean, I don't have any problem paying somebody friends and family. It's just that most people want it goods and services.
Yeah.
Right. And I told people like right from the get-go, I told and every banner that was up there said friends and family too. But I mean, I tell them straight up, I prefer friends and family, but if you want to pay me goods and services, you're gonna have to cover the fee. Because I mean, for $100, let's say you buy $100 piece and you pay goods and services. Well, for me to get that $100, I got to pay $34.
Holy cow!
Gotcha. Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, happy
I
for
want what I want. I've told people before. I have a couple pieces that I got from SJ. One of them is a feather that she poured that Ken actually bought me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to take these couple pieces to a jeweler and actually have like the jeweler's loop put on them. I want some smaller pours made with the little, not jeweler's loop, you know what it is, the little loop to put on, because I want to wear that stuff, because I take it out, every few months and I look at it and then it goes back in my safe. And when when I buy those pours in those pieces, I like to look at them.
Well, let me tell you this. I am actually in the midst of working on a project to make a bunch of little pendants and charms and a charm bracelet.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, goods and services protects the seller and the buyer, Alexander. You're right that way. But, when you know the people and you trust them, if something happens and you don't get it, if as long as you know the people, they'll cover, it'll be taken care of. So that's not.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I don't mind if people pay goods and services, just cover the fee so I don't have to, because like when that auction went on, I had to pay almost $178 just in fees.
Oh gosh.
And that was basically my profit, and then I had to cover the postage pretty much out of my pocket.
Oh yeah, that's not.
So I mean, everybody who bought a piece off me scored. I mean, technically, because I sold it to them less than what I even bought the silver for.
Oh, that's sad.
So, but like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, people get pieces of mine, and just seeing them smile and stuff like that. I mean, that in itself makes me happy. So,
Well, that's very sweet and everything else, Red. But those of us who have seen all the work that goes into making those things, that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Well, you need to make money on that. You know what I mean?
Well, I do. I'm not saying I don't, and I mean that's why I kind of had to up my prices. I mean,
because anybody that buys that stuff, they don't just go willy nilly and buy any. I just want a piece of, whatever. They buy one that they love in the first place. So
right. Well, I mean, the smaller pours are honestly the hardest ones because I mean, the littler they are, the harder they are to clean up.
Yeah.
I mean, you got bend factors. I mean, if a piece bends too much, you start getting like cracks. Then you basically got to remelt it and do it all over again.
Right.
So, what do you clean it up with, like a wire brush or what?
No. I use a hand files. So I pretty much file down everything, and then I use my Dremel just to kind of buff out all the scratches and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I've seen Sylvia sit and work on a piece before, and I mean, it's not just cast it, pour it, and be done. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, some people can. Some people like those pours that. Who was it? The new guy that you guys have? God, I'm terrible with names.
Full push.
Yeah, full push. Those, I'm sure he didn't have to do very much to after he poured them.
Well, you'd be surprised. I mean,
really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, even though they're open pours, I mean, if there's any over pour, you got to file that off the back. Yeah. I mean, you get all them bubbles on the back. You got to, file down and all that stuff too. Then you got to polish it, by hand first before you can put in the tumbler. And I mean,
I didn't know that he filed those bubbles off.
Sometimes you do. I mean, it all depends how the bar is, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, even polishing, you go from like, 80 grit all the way up to 10,000 grit, right?
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a process.
Well, you can tell there's a lot of work in it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. No, there's quite a bit of work in it, but a lot of people don't realize that, Like I've had a number of people email me and be like, "How can you charge so much? You're ripping off people." And it's like, well, on the other hand, it's like, okay, well, here I'll charge you by hour.
Yeah, right.
And then you'll be paying basically $100 an ounce.
Well, when you don't buy a painting and figure the cost of paint and the price of the painting, you know what I mean? You don't go, well, that paint only cost you $15, so that painting must be only worth, $15. No. That's not how it works. And they need to quit thinking about silver melt value, because that's a bunch of crap.
Right, and that's what I tell people too, man. You don't see people going out and buying a Van Gogh painting for what he paid for the price of paint.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, try to get your hours in quilting.
I mean, if they just want silver, let them go buy some 90% Kennedys. You know what I mean? You're not buying art pieces, and it's not like you're going to buy a silver pour and take it, and take it right to the jeweler and try to sell it off.
Right. Exactly. Right. And then you got people that say, "Oh, well, my LCS won't buy poured silver." Well, I'll tell you right now, your LCS is a retard, because
no kidding. I have been to SJ's LCS, and he's got poured silver all over the place.
Well, I mean, any professional shop or LCS or anything like that, they should have some type of scanner or whatever to tell the purity of that silver. You know what I mean? And no jeweler or LCS or even pawn shop, won't. They'll all buy it because it's pure. They may only pay you the melt. Yeah, you're not going to get your premium. And I tell people that all the time. If you're buying poured silver to stack for weight, you're an idiot. You know what I mean?
Because, if you go into an LCS and they don't have one of those, you're gonna end up buying fake coins.
Right.
Because they're not testing their coins to make sure they're real.
No, exactly. And I mean, buying poured silver, it's I tell people, you're not buying poured silver for weight or to build your base of your stack, because you're never going to get them premiums out. You're not. But I mean, unless you sell it back within the community, you may get your premium back out of it. But you know what I mean? But I mean, like, if you're looking just to build up a stack and, wait, and so, buy your generic shit, buy your 10-ounce bars and crap like that, if you're looking to buy art that still has a monetary value to it, then buy poured silver,
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the way to go, right? And that's why I like pouring it, because it's one hand, it's art, and at the other hand, if shit hits the fan and you have to get money, without a doubt, you can sell that for the price of whatever the silver is.
Right.
So I mean, it kind of works out in both ways.
Well, I know that you don't.
I think if shit hits the fan, your best bet is fractional, but.
Yeah, but see, I hear a lot of people say that too. Buy your 90% silver and stuff like that.
Or your 1 gram bars, or your sheets. They sell those sheets of the 1 gram bars and things like that.
But I mean, if you're gonna go and buy a 1 gram bar, why not buy a 10-ounce bar and melt it down in a shot then?
Well, who has it? Because not everybody can do that. I stay away from fire.
Well, true. I mean, yeah. I guess on your point, yeah. But I mean, like,
for me, you put it on the stove, Red.
For me myself, I mean, I wouldn't go out and buy fractional stuff because it's too high of a premium. I mean, I'd rather buy a 10-ounce bar and melt it down into fractional, or even cut it down into fractional. You save on the premium.
Yeah, if you have that option, for sure.
Right.
Hey, Red.
Yeah.
How did you get into this?
So I've been a wood carver for about a little over 20 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do whittling. I don't know if you guys know what a ball and cages are.
Nope.
But it's basically like a wooden box with a wooden ball inside. And I've made canes, walking sticks, all that kind of stuff, just sitting on the porch, with a pocket knife. And my grandfather taught me how to do that. And now I do chainsaw carvings and stuff too. And then, I just kind of figured, it's not really much difference, like I forge my own wood carving knives and stuff like that. So I figured, let's melt stuff down and try it out. And I tried it out and I fell in love and I've been doing it ever since.
That's so cool. I just got a picture of you as a little guy sitting on your rocking chair with your grandpa whittling.
I wasn't a little guy, though, I'll tell you that.
Grandpa, tell me a story.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a happy thought.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. My granddad would probably never put me on his lap, man. I was not little. I mean, at the age of 14, I was probably 200 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, you're tall, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, I used to be short though until I hit 16. I swear I went from like 5 feet to 6'6".
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna make the penny battle tomorrow, 9:00?
I'm going to try to. Yep.
Well, I'll be there. Won't be in the battle. I still can't get boxes.
Well, will you be our?
I suppose.
And you know you want to.
I do want to. I loved hanging out with you guys. I haven't talked to Rocky. I feel bad. He gave me his phone number and I haven't called. I don't call. I don't like to talk on the phone. I don't like to text on the phone. I really just don't like people.
Yeah, I don't really either.
I love people.
I live out in the middle of nowhere, and I go into town and I'm walking on one side of the road, and I swear even old ladies, when they were on the same side of the road, they'll run across the street from me. I mean, I walk out and I got, my beard and everything else, but.
And your wife beater.
Yeah. People just seem to stare away from me. But I grew up in this area, even the cops, they don't even bother me, they just think it's pointless. Like the one time we got pulled over by this rookie cop, and my wife just kind of shook her head like, oh God, here we go, And
I'd be more afraid of your wife.
Yeah. And he tried to write me a ticket for speeding, right? And he's like, oh, you were doing 90 and an 80. And I said, well, obviously you need to check your shit because I was doing 120. And then he sat there and tried arguing with me and trying to give me this ticket. And I was like, we can't give me a ticket for speeding for 90 if I was doing 120, And I sat there and argued with him for like 4 hours on the side of the road,
Oh,
And finally, the chief of police, he came by, and he just kind of sat there and he's laughing and shaking his head, and finally he walks up, rips the ticket. He's like, what, just let him go, or we're gonna be here all fucking night. So yeah.
So you didn't get a ticket?
Huh?
You did not get the ticket?
No.
Oh my gosh, that's just terrible.
If Jeff is gonna be able to get. Have you talked to him?
I haven't talked to him. I know that he was trying.
Yeah.
So he didn't say anything last night. Of course, I didn't ask either. So I'll message him this morning.
Yeah.
I know he's planning on it. So
I hope it's there too, Johnny. For some reason, I shipped my packages the day after the auction, and they only got to the States this week. So it just seems like everything's being delayed.
You know, that's so funny. It is for some people, and other people, they're getting their packages in like record time.
I wish. I've been waiting. I've been waiting on packages now for almost 2 months.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know I ordered a talking hamster like 2 months ago, and apparently it's coming from China. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Over that, you got a what?
A talking hamster, one of those little hamsters that, like, for my granddaughter, that like repeats everything she says.
Oh,
I don't know. It'll probably repeat everything in Chinese.
Next thing you know, your granddaughter speaking Chinese.
Speaking Chinese, I know. I don't understand a thing she's saying. Do you?
That's why when my daughter was younger, man, she used to watch that Dora the Explorer all the time.
Explorer.
And then she used to walk around the house speaking Spanish, and I'd be like, "What the heck? You're not freaking Mexican, you know? I can't understand you. You know, it's either German or it's English. Pick one. You know?
Pick one. I know, right?
Oh my God.
Swipey, no swipey.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But I mean, my daughter's smart though. I mean, she's 17. She knows 7 different languages. You know, you know, she's top of her class. You know, I mean, but she's been private school the whole way, right?
Yeah. Well, somewhere along the line, somebody forgot to teach her about birth control.
Yeah. I think that was my fault. You know, putting her in these all-girl private.
Well, you didn't know which language to tell her in.
Right. You know, putting her in all these girl private schools, and then when she comes home on the weekends, because she sleeps there during the week, right?
She went bananas.
Yeah, exactly. Let her on the res with all these wagon burner boys, and that's it.
That's what happens, like preachers' daughters.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to be married to a preacher's son. Oh
boy.
Yeah.
No, Alex, I haven't got yours either, man.
Stuck in Chicago. Oh.
Chicago must really like to keep those things.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm in Oregon. Seattle has gone nuts. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about Seattle. Seattle has lost their damn minds. They're like taking over like whole blocks of Seattle and pushing the police out, and it's just anarchy.
Yeah.
That's gonna spread.
I've been watching all that stuff on there, you know, in the States that's going on, you know, and this is my thoughts on it. And I mean, you know, this is just my opinion, so don't hate me for it. But you know, I always hear you. I mean, America is full of a lot of proud people. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, America is a great country, but the way people are acting right now,
oh, I know.
It's you know, how can you be proud of that? You know, you're destroying your country. You know, I mean,
yep.
You know, by looting and vandalism and all that, that's not protesting. That's criminal shit. You know. I mean, there's nothing to be proud of that. You know, I mean, you might as well just freaking open the borders to everybody now because you pretty much fucked it.
You know? Right.
Well, it's become a bit of a selfish society.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate to watch it happen.
It just goes to show you what you know, and it's not. I'm not blaming the public and the people and all that. You know, it's the governments too. I mean, you cage up any animal for a long period of time, eventually they're going to break loose. They're going to go wild.
Yeah.
That's the same with humanity. Mm-hmm. You know, and I told my wife when this COVID thing started, I said, you watch, people ain't going to stay home. You know, they're not going to stop working for so long because all that money the government is issuing them, they're all going to have to pay it back eventually. I mean, you know, it's just another gimmick is what it is. you know. And that's what I told her. I said, you watch, give or take a month, and the crime rate is going to go through the roof.
Oh yeah. Well, it already is. It's
else is the people that are on unemployment and don't want to go back to work because they're making more money.
Well, and so many small businesses are closing and are never going to be able to reopen.
You're right.
I mean, it's it's fear. People are scared, and like you said, Red, it's just like caging up an animal. Fear is a huge factor in this. People are scared.
That's right, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I am not condoning at all what people are doing. But I think they're just reacting, and it's
well, exactly. But I mean, people don't sit and think. This is the time where people need to rely on each other.
yeah,
not take from each other.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Morning, Amanda. Happy birthday, Cheeks. Happy birthday, Cheeks. Coin and card hobbyist birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Amanda. Happy birthday to you. Okay, sorry, Red. Go ahead.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Amanda. No, I gotta run anyways. I gotta do some banking and stuff and get over to this.
I gotta get going too.
I gotta do some
free samples and get me some, would you?
Free samples? What? I don't care what it is. I want one.
All right, guys. All right, have a good one.
Bye, Red. Have a good day.
Bye, Red. Yeah, I gotta get off here too. Gotta go to
Good morning,
work.
Victoria. I'm sorry I didn't see you.
All right,
Okay.
guys.
All right, Ida, I will talk to you later. Love you bunches. Bye, Victoria, Amanda, Alexander, anybody else who's still here. Bye.
Bye, guys. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.